This is Andrew bringing you another Keyforge deck reveal and review. This one I actually already opened because I played it sealed with my daughter Allie, so it is already open. She beat me, so how's that for you? But it's still a pretty cool deck, and I will share it. It's the same house as the last one I opened, Untamed Saurian Sanctum, and but it has some different stuff going on, so let's jump in and see. Okay, so we'll start with Ardent Hero. Oh, this one is called, by the way, it's Conzorn, the Convict of the Pond. So we start with Ardent Hero. It's a 4-power human knight with taunt, and it can't be dealt damage by mutant creatures or creatures with power 5 or higher. This is a really interesting mechanic. Can't be hurt by big stuff or mutants. I like that they included the big stuff in there because it makes it more widely applicable outside the set. Got 2 of those. There is a 3 or 4 of in this deck coming later. Bulwark is pretty cool. I was excited to get to try this out. It's a 4-power mutant knight with 1 armor. It has Assault 2, and each of its neighbors gets Assault 2. So this is the mutant version of Bulwark from Coda. That gave each of its neighbors +2 armor. This instead gives its neighbors Assault 2, and it also has Assault 2. Champion Anafiel is a 6-power spirit knight with an armor and taunt. Commandeer, and just in case you didn't see, the Ardent Heroes also have taunt, so that's 3 taunt creatures already. Commandeer is interesting. It's an action with a bonus aember, and its effect is that for the remainder of the turn, after you play another card, a friendly creature captures 1. This is a great way to burst your opponent off a key with capture. Fangs of Gizelheart is an action with a bonus amber and a capture icon as well. When you play it, you purge the most powerful enemy creature. Font of the Eye is an artifact and a location. Its Omni effect is that if an enemy creature was destroyed this turn, a friendly creature captures 1. My daughter actually had both these cards in her deck. Her Fangs, I think, only had the normal amber on it, and she had 2 fonts. And the fonts were like huge helpers because she was able to, every time she killed one of my creatures, she could capture 2 on any house turn because this is Omni. So that can be pretty crazy. Gizelheart Zealot is a 4-power human knight that enters play ready and enraged. 2 of those, and this one got a bonus amber and a draw. Barrister Joya is a 5-power human knight with an armor, and she says enemy creatures can't reap. That's a pretty strong effect if you can keep her on the board. Equalize is an action with a bonus amber. When you play it, you redistribute the amber on friendly creatures among friendly creatures, and you redistribute the amber on enemy creatures among enemy creatures. I got this at the wrong time in the game. If I got it later, she had so much capture. If I'd gotten it later, it would have really helped. I could have gotten all the amber onto 1 creature and then killed it. As it is, nope, did not work out. Potion of Invulnerability is an artifact with a bonus amber. Its Omni effect is that you destroy it, and for the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature can't be dealt damage. That's a pretty cool effect. The only downside is this deck isn't super fighty. It doesn't have a lot of good fight effects, so I didn't get great use out of that. But maybe under the right conditions, it could be awesome. Consul Primus is a 3-power dinosaur politician with 1 sec. Alright, so Consul Primus is a 3-power dinosaur politician. It has an enhance capture icon, and when you reap with it, you can move an amber from a creature to another creature. It's really powerful because you can move it from the one creature to a totally different creature, right? So to an opponent creature, actually. It's pretty good. We got 2 of those. Of course, they're 3-power. They don't have elusive, so they're hard to keep alive. But you're effectively stealing an amber if you do it. Then we have Curse of Vanity. This is an action with the bonus amber. When you play it, you exalt a friendly creature and an enemy creature. Yeah, that can be that can be pretty powerful under the right circumstances. The question is, can you make sure that the amber that's going on your creature is less helpful to your opponent than the amber going on their creature is helpful to you? We have 2, 3 of those, which is really interesting. Now, obviously, if we get those and the Primuses going, that's pretty amazing, but that's a big if. Damosaurus is a 4-power mutant dinosaur. With play, you may exalt it, and if you do, deal 3 damage to a creature, and when it's destroyed, you steal 1. So really, really nice. The 3 damage can be really nice, and the destroyed steal 1 is good too. That means if you exalt it with the play effect, you're effectively gaining 1 after the steal, rather than your opponent having gained 1. Faust the Great is a 4-power dinosaur. It makes your opponent's keys cost +1 for each friendly creature with amber on it. That is crazy. I really want this with like a city-state interest and a Brachus. Secret, there is a city-state interest coming up. And when you play it, you may exalt a friendly creature. That could be nice in a clutch. And again, if you have a way to use that amber off the creature, that's going to be fantastic. Under the wrong circumstances, it could be pretty bad. City-State Interest is back from Worlds Collide. When you play it, each friendly creature captures an amber. Hedonistic Intent is an action with a bonus amber. When you play it, you exalt each flank creature. More crazy exalt. Between that and the Curse of Vanity, it's just a lot of exalting stuff. Saurian Egg is a 1-powered dinosaur egg with 5 armor. It can't fight a Reap, but it has an Omni ability, and the Omni ability is that you discard the top 2 cards of your deck, and if you discard any Saurian creatures this way, you put them into play ready, you give them 3+1 power counters, and you destroy the egg. That can be a pretty cool ability, right? Like, it probably stays on the board, and you can potentially, pop out 2 creatures with +3 power counters on them, which is really good. And the bonus amber is not so bad either. Tertiate is an action with a bonus amber. When you play it, you destroy 1/3 of all enemy creatures and 1/3 of all friendly creatures, and you round up each time. My daughter knocked this out of my hand with a subtle auto, and I was very sad about that. Monument to Primus is an artifact and location. It has the action move an amber from a friendly creature to another friendly creature. Okay, that's fine. But if Consul Primus, which we have 2 of, is in the discard pile, then you move 1 amber from a creature to another creature instead. So it really replicates that Consul Primus Reap ability. But it's harder to get rid of. So that's kind of cool. I didn't really get to get good use of it this the first game I played, but I'm interested to see if I get more later. Alright, Fandangle, on to Untamed. Fandangle's pretty cool. He's a 3-power mutant witch, and while you have 4 amber or more, your non-untamed creatures come interplay ready. That can be really neat. We have like 3 taunts in here, so there's a good chance we can throw him behind one of those and maybe keep him alive, which is really nice. We have 2 copies of Gloriana's Attendant. This is a 1-power mutant with enhance 2 bonus icons. So it adds 2 bonus icons other places in the deck. Keyfrog is a 2-power beast. When it's destroyed, you forge a key at current cost. I saw somebody had one of these mavericked into Star Alliance with 2 damage icons on it. So it could forge for no extra cost on demand in Star Alliance, that's pretty cool. Niffleape is a 3-power beast and Niffle. While it's attacking, you ignore Taunt and Elusive. That's cool. Pismire is a 4-power mutant. It says while there are more friendly mutant creatures than enemy mutant creatures, your opponent's keys cost +2. This and the Faust together can mean a pretty substantial boost to the cost. And other than that, it's a 4-power body. That's fine. Reclaim by Nature is super cool. This is an action with a bonus amber. It also has a capture enhancement on it. And when you play it, you purge an artifact and you resolve its bonus icons as if you had played it. I used this on my daughter's Essence scale that had 4 icons on it, and that felt pretty good. Resurgence is an action. It has enhanced draw. And when you play it, you return a card from your discard pile to your hand. If it's a mutant, then you return another creature from your discard pile to your hand. That second one doesn't have to be a mutant. That's interesting. I didn't realize that before. Savage Clash is an action. This one is enhanced with a bonus aember. And it says destroy each creature except the most powerful enemy creature and the least powerful friendly creature. And yeah, when my daughter had a big board against my one creature, this actually worked out pretty nicely. So don't be afraid to use this in the right conditions. Song of the Wild. When you play it for the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature gains Reap gain 1. It's okay. It's okay. Still would rather have almost any other card. 2 of those, of course. And then Vine Apple Tree. It has a bonus aember already, and this one got enhanced with an extra one. It's a location, it's an artifact. It makes keys cost +1 for each growth counter on the Vine Apple Tree. After a key is forged, you remove each growth counter from the Vine Apple Tree, and it can exhaust to put a growth counter on it. And this is actually an interesting thing where you could potentially here have a turn where you put out the Keyfrog, or you have the Keyfrog out. You use Reclaimed by Nature to purge the Vine Apple Tree, gain you 2 extra amber, and then so that's 3 amber total, and then kill your Keyfrog to forge immediately. That could be a pretty cool turn, if it happened. It's always those ifs are always big. But yeah, anyway, this was Conzorn, the Convict of the Pond. It was fun. It got its butt kicked, but mostly by board control. And Allie's deck just had an insane amount of capture. And I'll just say one thing, like the amount of capture that can happen when you have a lot of bonus icons floating around that do captures. You get Scrivener something who turns capture bonus icons into steals. That was crazy. And then on top of that, she had a Splinter, which adds a lot of damage icons, and Maleficorn, which makes the damage icons do an extra damage. It was crazy. Like every time she played a card, there was just insane stuff happening, and it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with, but real fun. So anyway, that's that for Conzorn. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and that you will get your hands on some Master Mutation decks of your own, and join me at some point forging keys. Oh, by the way, look soon. I did a live stream with my brother-in-law playing a match on Tabletop Simulator, but I'll do a video soon showing how to add decals onto a deck, because that's, I think, well, it is, I know it's pretty important. And then maybe at some point just an overall video showing how to play on there. So yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and that you will get on and forge some keys. Thanks.